Welcome to Edmonds Today. I'm your host, Teresa Whipple. In the studio with us today, we have two representatives from Edmonds Community College and their Boots to Books and Beyond campaign. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Teresa.
Bill Keppler, I'd like to start with you. You are the co-chair of the campaign, and you are an Army veteran who has had quite a bit of experience in working with veterans. And I'd like to say that since this show will air on Veterans Day month in November, I thought it was appropriate to talk more about this. Tell me more about the Foundation campaign and what its aims are and why you're part of it.
We are dismissing thousands of veterans each month, and there's a great need to assist them as they transition from military life into civilian life. They really need to have both personal counseling and career counseling, and that's what the Veterans Resource Center is all about at Edmonds Community College.
All right, and you were also telling me that earlier that Edmonds Community College has quite a unique distinction in the United States in terms of its role in veterans work. Tell me about that.
That's correct, and I'm very pleased and very proud of that. Of the 3,000 colleges and universities in the United States, only approximately 18% are designated, excuse me, by the U.S. Department of Education and by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs as being a veteran-friendly campus. And there are many things you have to do to gain that particular kind of recognition. So I'm very proud that Edmonds Community College has achieved this since we are so close to Joint Base Lewis McChord here.
And Mark Von Weber, you are a veteran as well of the Navy. From 81 to 91, you were on submarines.
Yes.
Now, you have done some consulting work over the years since being out of the service, and now you're back at school through the Boots to Books and Beyond campaign. Tell me more about your story and what you've been doing as part of the program.
Thank you. I was in submarines for 10 years, as you mentioned, from 81 to 91. I was what you would call a Cold War era veteran, and it occurred to me that Bill is a Korean War veteran, and we have many student veterans at the school from back to the Vietnam era. Our director, Chris Zarek, is post 9/11 era. So this whole experience at the Veteran Resource Center has been about paying forward from all these eras, and it's our opportunity to serve those men and women coming back from the campaigns today.
What exactly, in terms of the program itself, what are the kinds of things that you are seeing as veterans come back from the war that this program addresses?
We try to look at their military occupational specialty. In the Army, there's approximately 200 of these, and so we try to match that up with additional educational benefits so we have a very good, what we call goodness of fit, and the transition will be less challenging.
And Mark, if you were going to tell the public one thing about what they should keep in mind when they think of the struggles that veterans face when they come back, what would that be?
It's not an easy transition, and through the foresight and leadership of Edmonds Community College, the foundation, the Boots to Books and Beyond campaign, we've got the resources now to make that transition much easier for the soldiers and airmen and sailors coming back from the fronts today.
And something we were talking about earlier, there were some emergency funds that are available for certain circumstances.
Yes, and this is very unique amongst the community college system within Washington State. As far as I'm aware, we're the only community college to offer emergency funds between the quarters. And last quarter, during a pilot program, the foundation and the Veteran Resource Center was able to
carry that bridge
Yes, to the
bridge it over.
to bridge it over to the sum of $14,000, which is phenomenal.
And an example of that would be if a soldier and his family needs something to carry them through financially from one quarter to the next, whether it be housing costs or
Yes.
food costs,
That's
something
correct,
like that.
like
Correct.
if the rent, to help pay for the rent, or let's say tuition, cost, or automobile repair if they have to travel from, to and from where they're living to the campus.
You were talking earlier about, the next phase of this, of course, is actually raising the money to support this program long term. And as you had pointed out, the state legislature does not necessarily have a lot of extra resources right now. So you are part of a campaign to actually
That's
raise
correct.
funds, $1 million, correct, for this
Correct.
effort?
We started in June of 2013. Steve Pennington, who is a Department of Air Force veteran, and myself are the two co-chairs, but it's the committee that has really done the work. In fact, the students, I believe, have pledged $125,000 towards
That's
this.
correct.
That's incredible.
It
Just the
is. It
student
just-
body at Edmonds Community
Yes.
College.
So you can see that we have looked at every single possible stakeholder and asked them to think about making a contribution.
Well, and as you pointed out, Veterans Day is November 11th, and your goal is to be wrapped up by that day and
We
have
hope
a
so.
great celebration. And I hope that we can play some role in that. We will be posting information on the screen so that people know how they can donate, where they can go for more information. And I wish you both the best of luck in this effort, which is just tremendous. And thanks again for coming on the show.
And I'd like to thank you also,
Thank you.
Teresa, for
you,
inviting
Teresa.
us. It's
Thank you.
been most enjoyable, insightful, and really informative.
Well, thank you. Thanks very much.